Have you ever stepped into a house and noticed that scent, that thick, heavy aroma, as if memories themselves were trapped in the air? It's hard to describe exactly. It isn't necessarily unpleasant, but it's unmistakable. It's the smell so many people associate with old age, as if skin, clothing, furniture, and years have all melded into one fragrance, nostalgic, intense, and often painful. Some describe it as damp wood, others as a closet shut up for decades. But we all know what I'm talking about. It's that odor that seems to tell us without words. History lives here. Someone has made this their home for a very long time. And yet, why do we link it with decay, with neglect, with abandonment? The truth is that it's profoundly unfair, because that smell, in many cases, has nothing to do with cleanliness, hygiene, or a person's worth. It's tied to natural bodily processes that shift over the years, and above all, to a little secret almost nobody shares. There's one area of the body very few people clean properly, and it's the main culprit behind that persistent aroma that sometimes settles in and won't go away. Today I'm going to tell you everything. And not only that, I'll show you how to reduce that odor in just 3 days, completely naturally, without expensive products, without changing your lifestyle, and without harming your skin. Because this isn't just about hygiene. It's about dignity, about self-esteem, about feeling good in your own skin, and regaining the confidence to hug others without fear, without shame, without that little voice whispering, "Do I smell weird?" Stay with me until the end, because the information you're about to receive can change how you see yourself, how you feel, and how you smell. And now tell me, what city are you listening from? And how old are you, or the person you want to care for? I'd love to read your answers in the comments. Let's get started. Few things are as unfair as the stigma around what we call old person smell. For decades, in conversations, jokes, even in the media, this scent has been portrayed as something unpleasant, something linked to neglect, to sloppiness, to poor hygiene, as if growing old automatically makes you dirty, as if time itself punishes the body with a bad aroma. But that idea is not just wrong, it's cruel. Because what many people don't know is that this smell isn't anyone's fault. It isn't something you choose. It isn't the result of being less clean or less careful. It's, in large part, a biological change, a chemical process happening in the skin, in the glands, in the metabolism. And it has nothing to do with how often someone bathes or how well they keep their home. Yet the stigma persists. Many older adults have absorbed it. They've convinced themselves their scent is a burden to others, that their presence is less pleasant, that they must keep their distance, avoid hugs, open the door less often. I know the story of Rosemary, 79 years old, a woman who all her life was joyful, sociable, the perfect hostess at family gatherings. But one day she confessed to me, "I don't invite anyone anymore. I'm embarrassed. I feel like my house smells old, and that I do too." And that hurts. Because no one should feel their own scent makes them invisible, that their aging body is less worthy of affection, that their home, full of memories and love, is somehow less valuable just because the air has a different perfume. Did you know this stigma has deep cultural roots? In many Western societies, youth has been idealized, the new, the fresh, the vibrant. Meanwhile, old age has been hidden, silenced, perfumed over, as if a mature body had to disguise its own existence. Even marketing has played its part. Anti-aging products, rejuvenating deodorants, air fresheners designed to eliminate old person smell, all send the same message. Old person smell must be hidden. But that only makes things worse, because instead of understanding it, we condemn it. And the result is devastating. Older adults isolating themselves, falling silent, feeling diminished. What many people don't realize is that this smell isn't a personal failure. It's a natural consequence of a biochemical process. Over time, the body produces a substance called 2-nonenal, which has a distinctive aroma, somewhat greasy, metallic, hard to describe, but immediately recognizable. This compound accumulates mainly in areas rich in active sebaceous glands, and when it isn't properly removed, even if someone bathes daily, that odor lingers. So no, it isn't about dirt, it's about biology, about understanding how the body works at this stage, and supporting it with knowledge, respect, and love. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. Because if we can erase the stigma, if we can talk about this without shame, and if we can give you simple tools to improve things, then we'll have taken a step toward a more dignified, freer, and happier old age. And now that we know it's nobody's fault, it's time to learn how to fix it. Now it's time to ask, what really causes it? The answer lies in a very particular molecule discovered by Japanese scientists not too many years ago. Its name is nonenal, more precisely, 2-nonenal. This compound is an unsaturated aldehyde that starts to appear in greater amounts in the human body after about age 50. And the interesting thing is that it isn't something that builds up from the outside, but is produced from within. So why does it start to form? The key is how our skin changes over time. As we age, cell renewal slows. Skin regenerates less frequently, so dead cells and certain oils accumulate more easily on the surface. In addition, the sebaceous glands, the ones that produce the natural sebum to hydrate skin, begin to secrete different lipids. Among them, unsaturated fatty acids that, when oxidized through contact with oxygen or free radicals, generate, yes, exactly, nonenal. This compound has a very distinctive smell, not necessarily overpowering but persistent. People describe it as a mix of metal, wax, and something slightly rancid. A fragrance that sticks to skin, scalp, even clothing and sheets. But the most important thing is that regular soap, the kind we all use, isn't formulated to break down or remove this oxidized oil. That's why even someone who showers often can still notice that scent. And it's not because they're doing it wrong. It's simply because no one showed them how to neutralize nonenal. There are also factors that can worsen the situation. For example, the type of clothing. Synthetic fabrics like polyester don't let skin breathe well and tend to trap oily compounds. Unlike cotton or linen, these fibers hold onto the smell and keep it even after washing. Another key factor is home ventilation. Closed rooms with poor air circulation allow volatile compounds like nonenal to build up, permeating sofas, curtains, and other porous fabrics. Diet also plays a major role. A low antioxidant diet, lacking vitamin C, E, or zinc, promotes cellular oxidation and therefore nonenal production. When the body is overwhelmed by free radicals, the whole toxin elimination system suffers. Add stress, dehydration, or medications that alter lipid metabolism, and the result can be that aroma that sneaks in so gradually you barely notice at first. But here's the good news. Understanding this chain of causes lets us act. Because if nonenal is generated by the oxidation of certain fats in specific body areas, then we can focus our attention on them. We can clean those areas differently, with methods that genuinely work, and we can reduce that smell in just 3 days. Do you want to know how? In the next part, we'll talk about that secret zone almost everyone overlooks, and which, experts say, is the #1 source of this problem. The best part is that the solution is much simpler than you'd imagine. Let's go. Now that we know what causes that persistent odor, it's time to reveal one of the most surprising and most ignored secrets. Because when we talk about body hygiene, everyone thinks of the same spots: underarms, feet, intimate areas. But what if I told you the key zone, the most important when it comes to old person smell, is none of those? It's not the armpit, it's not the groin, it's not the scalp. The area that accumulates the most nonenal and that receives the least attention in the shower is the upper back. Yes, right between the shoulder blades and the base of the neck. That midpoint where your sponge almost never reaches. Surprising, right? And it makes perfect sense. This spot is warm, hard to reach, and rarely gets a deep cleanse. Sweat builds up without evaporating well, especially if you wear tight or synthetic clothing, or anything with a high collar. Plus, since it's between your shoulders, you almost never notice it. You rinse off quickly and move on, so it's quite possible you haven't really scrubbed that area in weeks, even months. And there, in that narrow strip no one sees, the oxidized sebum that spawns nonenal quietly accumulates. Let me share a real story. Mrs. Rose is 79 years old. She's always been very stylish, wears her favorite floral perfume, showers every day, and cares for her clothes meticulously. But recently her son gently told her, "Mom, I don't know why, but your clothes have a different smell. Not bad, just different." She felt hurt, even embarrassed. Checked her cleaning products, washed her sheets more often, changed perfumes. Yet the comment kept coming, and she couldn't understand why. It was her granddaughter, training to be a nurse, who one day helped her bathe. As she carefully scrubbed Mrs. Rose's back with a long-handled sponge, she noticed something odd. Between the shoulder blades, the skin was rough, a different tone, as if it hadn't been deeply cleaned in a long time. Over the next few days, they repeated the process. A gentle baking soda scrub one day, an antioxidant soap the next, and plenty of fresh air in the room. By the third day, her son came to visit again. "Mom, your house smells so nice, and you too." She said nothing. She just smiled. The difference? She'd started cleaning that secret area, the one we all overlook. And the most beautiful part wasn't just the scent. It was a restoration of dignity, confidence, that fresh-feeling glow that's really a lift to self-esteem. So now I ask you, when was the last time you truly cleaned that part of your back? You don't need professionals or costly products, just awareness and the right know-how. In the next part, I'll explain exactly how to clean that zone, which natural products to use, and how to achieve a real transformation in just 3 days. Because when you feel clean, you feel more alive. Now that you know which secret spot most people miss, it's time to talk solutions. And here's where everything changes. Because this isn't about buying pricey products or harsh treatments. What I'm about to share is a simple, natural, hugely effective method that can help you cut down on old person smell in just 3 days. Yes, 3 days. With consistency, care, and a few small tweaks to your hygiene routine. Let's go step by step. Day 1. Deep clean and exfoliate. First, get a natural sea sponge or a long-handled brush, something that lets you reach your upper back without gymnastics. If you don't have one, a rolled-up towel will do. The key is access. Wet the area with lukewarm water, never scalding hot. Apply a pH-neutral soap. Harsh soaps disrupt your skin flora and make things worse. And if you can, add a few drops of a citrus essential oil, lemon, orange, or bergamot. They freshen and have mild antimicrobial properties. Use gentle circular motions. Don't scrub raw. You want to remove dead skin cells that trap nonenal, not scratch the surface. Take your time. This area deserves more attention than we typically give. When you're done, pat dry completely. No rubbing, just gentle pressure with a clean cotton towel. Day 2. Neutralize and balance pH. After your usual shower, mix equal parts water and organic apple cider vinegar, half a cup of each. Why vinegar? It helps neutralize odors, eliminate lingering bacteria, and restore healthy skin pH. Soak a large cotton pad or towel in the mixture and gently dab it between your shoulder blades and at the base of your neck. No need to rinse. Let it air dry. The vinegar scent fades in minutes, but its effect remains. This step is crucial. It not only removes invisible residues, but also prevents nonenal from bouncing back. Day 3. Hydrate and protect. Dry, oxidized skin produces more odor, while well-hydrated, supple skin stays fresh longer. Apply a few drops of jojoba or argan oil, both ideal for mature skin, lightweight, non-comedogenic, and rich in natural antioxidants. Massage gently in circles, just enough product to coat the area and help rebuild the skin's natural barrier. After 3 days, you'll notice a difference. not only in scent, but in how your skin feels, in that feeling of freshness with every movement. And maybe, like it happened for Mrs. Rose, you'll hear someone say, "You smell amazing." To maintain results, you don't need to do this daily. 3 times a week, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, is ideal. And if reaching that spot is tricky, don't hesitate to ask a trusted friend or family member for help. Sometimes offering personal care to an older adult is one of the deepest acts of love. Extra tips that make a difference. Always dry your back thoroughly. Lingering moisture worsens odors. Never wear damp shirts or pajamas post-shower. Let clothes be fully dry and clean. Check pillowcases, chair backs, and sofas where you spend hours. Fabrics can trap odors even when your skin is clean. Remember, it's not just about getting rid of a smell. It's about care, confidence, and telling your body, you still matter. Now that you know how to cleanse the skin, let's talk about what many forget: clothing and environment. Yes, you can have perfect personal hygiene, but if your clothes or your living space hold on to that characteristic scent, all your effort gets diluted. Here's a little-known truth. Nonenal sticks easily to certain fabrics, especially synthetics. Polyester, nylon, acrylic. They trap odor far more than cotton or linen because their fibers don't breathe. And the worst part? Regular washing doesn't always strip out the smell. So let's tackle body and second skin at once. Washing clothes for real freshness. If a garment still smells musty after a normal wash, you're not imagining things. You need a deep cleanse, a detox for the fabric. In place of regular detergent, prepare 1/2 cup baking soda, 1/2 cup white vinegar, hot water, not boiling. Soak your clothes in this mix for an hour, ideally in a separate basin to avoid mixing with other laundry. Then wash as usual. The vinegar neutralizes odors and the baking soda deodorizes thoroughly. Focus on underwear, pajamas, any shirts you lounge in, and especially items touching your back and neck. Bonus trick. Add a few drops of lavender, rosemary, or tea tree essential oil to the rinse cycle. You'll get a natural antiseptic boost, plus a light, pleasant aroma. Tackling closets and storage. Closed, unventilated spaces become mini ecosystems of old person smell, not because of mess, but because of buildup. Clothes, shoes, blankets, anything that sits untouched absorbs those compounds. A simple yet powerful fix: activated charcoal sachets. They're easy to find and absorb odors without emitting chemicals. Place them on shelves, in drawers, between clothes. Replace every 2 to 3 months. You can also make your own scented sachets. Fill a small pouch with rice, add a few drops of your favorite essential oil, tie it off, and nestle it among folded items or inside pillowcases. Daily ventilation. Every day, open windows for at least 20 minutes. Fresh air renews energy and whisks away trapped odors in textiles, furniture, and curtains. But don't just crack the windows. Shake out cushions, swap pillowcases, vacuum sofas and mattresses weekly. Anything your skin touches can be harboring oxidized compounds. Skip the air freshener sprays. Most just mask odors temporarily. Worse, mixing artificial fragrances with non-enal can create an even more unpleasant bouquet. Instead, rely on natural diffusers, cross-ventilation, and genuine cleaning rather than covering the problem. Remember, body and environmental odors aren't merely hygiene issues. They're biology, time, accumulation, but also reversible. With small changes in clothing care and home maintenance, you can make a huge difference, not just for yourself, but for everyone you share your space with. And beyond aesthetics, this is about self-respect. The feeling of stepping into your home and breathing fresh air. Putting on a shirt that truly feels clean. So far, we've covered the body, clothing, and environment. But there's one essential piece many overlook: diet. Yes, what you eat can change how you smell. And though it might seem odd, certain foods literally intensify body odor. Not because they're bad, but because when metabolized, they produce compounds released through the skin, sweat, or breath, often without our awareness. Foods to cut back on. Fried foods. Cooking at high temperatures creates oxidized fats. When you eat them, your body processes these compounds, some of which end up in your bloodstream and later in your sweat. Excess red meat. It's slow to digest and produces more metabolic waste. As digestion slows with age, these byproducts hang around longer and can manifest as stronger body odor. Alcohol. Even in small amounts, alcohol increases sweating, dehydrates you, and prompts the release of potent volatile compounds. Foods that help. Enter antioxidants, the body's little molecular brooms. They mop up free radicals, reduce skin oxidation, and keep your system running smoothly. Red grapes, with the skin, rich in resveratrol, a natural antioxidant. Leafy greens, spinach, broccoli, arugula, watercress, full of fiber, minerals, and liver-supporting nutrients. Green tea, 2 cups a day, deliver catechins that aid cellular metabolism. Turmeric. This golden spice boasts anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Add it to soups, smoothies, or teas. Water, the simplest yet most powerful tool. Good hydration flushes toxins. Low intake concentrates waste and intensifies odor. Aim for clear urine, supple skin, and a well-functioning system. Supplements. Some natural supplements can help, but always consult a doctor first, especially if you're on other medications. Liquid chlorophyll. The plant pigment acts as an internal deodorizer. Some notice improvements in days. Zinc. Key for cellular health and odor control. Deficiency can lead to more acidic sweat. Vitamin E. A fat-soluble antioxidant that nourishes skin from within, found in vegetable oils, nuts, or capsules. Remember, body odor reflects not just external care, but how well your body works inside. When you support that, you reduce odor and boost energy, mood, and yes, self-esteem. We've reached a crucial point. Because this isn't just about cleaning one body spot or tweaking a couple of habits, it's about forging a daily care routine that makes people over 60 feel truly great, body, mind, and spirit. Let's break it into 2 moments, morning and night. Morning ritual, gentle face cleanse, splash lukewarm water, and a neutral soap, no harsh fragrances, to wake your skin without irritation. Light hydration, affordable aloe vera or pure coconut oil, applied upward with soft, respectful strokes, as if massaging each wrinkle with kindness. Breathable clothing. Opt for cotton or linen whenever possible, fabrics that let skin breathe and don't trap odors. Morning light. Open a window or sit near natural light. Sunlight boosts serotonin, uplifts mood, and helps regulate sleep cycles. Evening ritual. Short, lukewarm shower. Wash off the day's sweat and stress. Avoid long, hot showers that can dry your skin and worsen odors. Careful drying. Use a soft towel, pat, don't rub, and be sure to dry folds, upper back, and feet. Long-handled towels or bath assists can help. Nighttime moisture. A calming cream, chamomile, lavender, or plain jojoba oil soothes skin and readies you for deep sleep. Annual dermatologist checkup. After 60, skin thins and changes. A yearly exam spots issues early. It's not just cosmetic, it's health. Sensory uplift. Don't underestimate small pleasures. Soft music in the morning. Natural aromas like eucalyptus or mint. Warm, inviting colors in your home. Smooth blankets, fresh linens. These touches send your brain the message, I am cared for, I am at peace. Because hygiene isn't just about odor, it's an act of self-kindness. If you're helping a loved one with this routine, it becomes a shared ritual, a chance to connect, to talk, to laugh, while you apply creams or play a song from long ago. Care is love in motion. So far, we've explained what causes the odor, how to eliminate it, and how to prevent it. But perhaps the most powerful thing is hearing what happened when real people tried this. Because when someone regains confidence in their body, they reclaim their freedom. First testimony. Rose, 78 years old. She lives with her daughter and 2 grandkids. Lately, she noticed her granddaughter, who used to cling to her neck, started avoiding long hugs. "I thought kids just change," Rose told us. "But then my daughter gently mentioned my body odor. I was hurt, but also relieved to know there was something I could do." They watched this video, followed the 3-day method, and on day 4, her granddaughter ran to hug her again. She squeezed me tight and said, "Grandma, you smell so nice." I cried tears of joy. Second testimony. Humbert, 82 years old. He lived alone and never thought much about old age smell. To him it was normal. That is, until a neighbor into gardening gifted him a long-handled brush and shared the vinegar and essential oil rinse trick. "I tried it out of curiosity," he recalls. "On day 3, I opened my closet and no musty smell. My niece came to visit and asked, 'Uncle, what new cologne are you using? You smell fresh.' I said, 'It's called Dignity.'" Third testimony. Lucy, 69 years old. Always fashionable, but recently her guests didn't stay long. They'd bring flowers, chat for a bit, then leave. I thought it was their busy schedules. Until a friend confided, "Lou, I think there's a strange smell here. Not you, maybe the sofa or clothes." Lucy sprang into action, deep-soaked her garments in baking soda and vinegar, aired out the house, changed sofa covers, and yes, finally scrubbed that upper back zone. 3 days later, I didn't need scented candles to mask anything. My friends stayed for hours, and I felt so at ease. All of them said the same thing. The smell changed, but even more, how I felt changed. Because this is more than hygiene. It's self-love. It's recognizing that even in old age, our bodies are our homes and deserve respect. By now, you know, it's not just about smelling good for vanity's sake or hiding time's passage with fake fragrances. It's something deeper, more human, more intimate. Because while our bodies age, our souls do not. We're still the same inside, full of dreams, memories, longings, eager to hug, to share, to belong. When someone shies away from your embrace, it doesn't just hurt your nose, it hurts your heart. That's why old person smell shouldn't be taboo or shameful. It should be an open, compassionate, practical conversation. Because that odor doesn't define anyone. And yes, it can be reduced, even eliminated. Cleaning that forgotten spot between your shoulder blades, switching soaps, airing out your home, refreshing your wardrobe. These are small gestures, but behind them lies something far more powerful. Respect for yourself, love for others, and above all, dignity. Because caring for your body isn't just hygiene, it's telling the world and telling yourself, I'm still here and I deserve to feel good. So if this video has helped you, if it struck a chord, if it made you think of your mother, your grandfather, or even yourself, I invite you to leave a comment. Share your story. Have you experienced this with someone you love? Pass this along to anyone who might need it. And if you value heartfelt, respectful information like this, subscribe. Because here we talk about what no one else dares to, but everyone feels. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring. Thank you for not judging.